Hi girls, I'm Maris Pähn and I help moms to find more time for themselves so they can turn their lives from messy to meaningful. And this is a podcast, Mommy Time Matters, which of course, as you can already guess, talk about time management and how to find more time for ourselves, dear moms. It's not so simple always. Because we have a little free time, there are many things to do. A part of the child that we have to take care of, there is the household, maybe there are some working moms, work, all the other responsibilities. Also, the little flexibility of the schedules doesn't always allow focus on our own needs, which of course is extremely important. So after all of this, how we should find time for ourselves to rest, to do something else that motivates us, and something that makes us feel free. Do you feel sometimes a bit trapped with your baby at home? This is a totally normal feeling, but it doesn't have to be like this. If you take a little bit time to think about how to manage your time, how to manage your network of support, and how to find other solutions. Other day I posted on Instagram stories about time management strategies, and it turned out to be a pretty interesting topic. So you inspired me enough to talk more about this. The 4 strategies that I had listed there were go with the flow, schedule my activities, constant chaos, and plan everything. So what was your favorite one? As I mentioned, I'm more of a schedule my activities type, but there are other important aspects that we don't have to forget, such as flexibility and the joy to do something at the right moment. So always scheduling is not the solution. So this is also probably the reason why most of you answered go with the flow. So moms, you like to be flexible and see what the situation brings to you. I find it absolutely brilliant because, as women, already to start from this very basic physical aspect, we have hormones that are really variable. Our moods can change. So we are more sensitive maybe of external factors, of the nature, of the season, everything. So it can happen that sometimes you just don't feel like doing something that you planned. Then I think it's really, really good to trust your body and follow the feeling, what you want to do at this moment. So go with the flow. But I see that there is another side of the coin which is a bit risky. It can mean that if you go with the flow, you go with these activities that are more comfortable, more safe for you, and maybe without prioritizing some of the activities that you have been putting off or waiting for better days, there is a risk that you end up procrastinating. So I find really, really important having in your time management or in general in your life 2 guiding stars, let's call it like this. Guiding stars as intentions and priorities. So instead of planning all the activities or to-do list, what you have to do, you can think of how do you want to feel yourself throughout your days. Like you can set certain intentions, which are different from setting goals or planning, because this is really more about how you want to feel yourself, what do you want to create, what do you want to receive. So for example, for me in January, I had set an intention to stay focused. So whatever I did, at home, at work, in different life areas. I wanted myself to be focused in this very moment, so I could work on this activity that I'm doing right now without being distracted. So this was my intention for January. Now it's already February, and my new intention for this month is to listen. Have you ever thought how difficult it is actually to listen? Listen carefully, because we hear everything, but do we really pay attention to what people actually mean? What do they say? So my intention is to listen actively at home, my family, but also you, Mom, also my friends. Like really pay attention neutrally, and be active in listening. So this is one of the guiding star intentions. Other guiding star are priorities. So give to yourself priorities. What is important in this moment or in this day or this month? Some life area that you really want to focus on, or some activities that you want to complete. For example, to talk about private life, in February my priority is to finally print the baby pictures of my daughter, and there are like 1 year, the amount of 1 year of photos from my mobile phone and from different sources, and they keep on coming up. So finally it's time to print, otherwise there is a risk that I will lose everything and I don't have any control over the photos. This is my priority. And dear moms, we tend to prioritize so much all different household chores, other people's needs, things that we have to do. Of course, there are things that have to get done, but we tend to forget ourselves. So prioritize also your own needs, to rest, to do something else that brings you out from the routine, that gives you a drive, to motivate, something that motivates you. This is important to keep in mind. And by prioritizing, I don't want to mean that you are telling to everybody that no, I don't care about you, or I don't care about your plans, or I don't care about your time. I want to tell you that our time, mother's time, is exactly as important as the time of rest of the people around her. So we are all equal, and we respect each other's plans and boundaries. So it means that also your time and your plans are important, and you have right to prioritize what is important for you, while at the same time, of course, respecting and staying in good communication with the rest of your family, with friends. It doesn't mean just that now I prioritize my well-being, I shut the door, I go out from home and I leave you with the screaming baby. I don't care what will happen here. Of course, this can be also a scenario if you are brought to the really, really last drop of your energy and you explode, that there is really nothing else to do, like there is no way out. You have the feeling to run away, but I want to encourage you not to arrive to this really last moment, to already prevent before by prioritizing your own well-being and rest, to live more balanced and avoid this extreme overwhelming and explosions. This was about go with the flow, which is really the loveliest one and was also the most popular strategy of time management. The second popular one was schedule my activities, which I also like because, of course, with newborns, it's not always possible because the sleep is unpredictable. Really, all of your schedule, your day, you don't know what time something happens, so you cannot really schedule precisely. But you can decide one activity per day. Let's say during the nap time, I will do this. Now I have more free time. My daughter goes to play school, and I like to schedule. It means that I know exactly, it's in my calendar. If I have to do something at a certain time, I will do it and it's completed. So from that point of view, to new moms and stay-at-home moms with kids, definitely the go with the flow strategy is healthier, because you don't have to get frustrated if things don't go as you planned, but you find also positive from things that you had managed to do. So really, the go with the flow is a good strategy. Third one that was listed in my story was constant chaos. And fortunately, it was one of the less popular ones. Of course, we all have those days, and it's also fine. It's fine. We don't have to be every day super organized and have everything under control. Just some days are busy. There are too many things. We don't know from where to start. It feels too much. And if that's the case, actually it's even better to do less. When you feel that you have a lot to do, the only thing you have to do is do less. It sounds illogical, but this is what helps. Really to stop and clear your mind and see rationally what are the priorities, what are the really important things that are needed to be done. Maybe it's just mind chatter, maybe it's just in your head. For example, when my daughter was smaller, I always had feeling that I had to do so many things. I kept telling to myself, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, and I'm so busy, and I don't have time. And of course, this put extra pressure, which is not helpful. So constant chaos is fine, but as long-term strategy, it's not really helpful, neither healthy. I hope you prioritize taking time off and seeing what is behind this chaos. The fourth strategy was plan everything, which literally is a bit extreme maybe. Plan is good. It's good to plan, but plan everything. I think, first of all, you cannot really plan everything, but because life always have some surprises, positive, negative, whatever, things can happen. But planning everything is useful if you feel that you're a person who tends to be anxious or fearful in some new situations. For example, you have to go out with your baby for the first time somewhere. Then you plan in advance that what do you have to take with you? What are the things that I need to take with me for my baby? Who will be there? How will be the situation? So you can somehow visualize and calm yourself down. But it also creates a bit of expectation. So you expect that things will go like this. If you find the right balance between planning everything and not expecting it turn out exactly as you planned, it's perfect. So planning everything is good for feeling yourself more safe and prepared. Planning gives you also more clarity in your head. It means you have the direction and you have something concrete to focus on, and spend less time worrying about things. It gives you some space, like the space in the mind, and which of course translates into more time for yourself, and this is what we want. So if you don't spend time worrying